first and foremost, you need to fix a time frame for your trading. All right, what do I mean by that? A time frame means how long you are going to hold your trade. Now with the weekly expiries, you can hold your trades for 7 days, and the lesser amount of time you are exposed to the markets, the better it is for you. So a 7-day series will obviously have smaller premiums, but it will also mean that you will be exposed to the risk of trading in the market for a smaller time. Choose your basic strategy. What is it going to be? Is it going to be naked options or spreads? Are you going to use credit or debit spreads? Again, I would side by the credit spreads. Are you going to do 1:1 spreads, that one long one short position, or you are going to do ratio spreads? We are going to see an example of ratio spread soon. All these three decisions are governed by your money management philosophy. I just finished a video on money management philosophies a few days back. I have linked it in the description. You can use the 5-step process to understand what the market is doing right now, and then select a proper option strategy to implement in the markets. I am talking about this day, that is the 16th or rather 15th of this month. I was thinking about establishing a position on 15th of this month. What that position was, let us find out. Now first and foremost, what do we have when we look at this chart? Obviously we know that there is a gap resistance which was respected. There is a bottom. Now we don't have all these days of price data which we have now. It was not available then, so we were bang in the middle of the sideways zone. Resistance at the top, support at the bottom, and that is what I was looking at. Say 500, 600 was the resistance, 8,800, 700 was the support. Now let us move on to the next step in that 5-step process. Develop scenarios. What were the scenarios? Let's say if we come to this resistance zone, we can get rejected, but if we spend time here, then the chances of a breakout increase. Similarly, if we come to the bottom and we get rejected, good, but if we spend time here, chances of breakdown increase. So whatever strategy I use, need to incorporate these possible scenarios. You don't start with the strategy, you start with the scenarios and then select the appropriate strategy. I could simply have established credit spreads from the top and from the bottom, and that also would have served me well. Identify your trade locations. Now if I was trading only naked options or futures, I won't trade till market goes here or it goes here. Now it came down, I see that there is a B shape forming. It tells me that okay, some long-term buying is coming in. I wait for next day, I see that value is forming slightly higher. I could have used this day to establish long trades, or maybe on this day after that, to capture some spike to the upside. So if I am trading naked options, like I want to buy a call or a put, then I would wait for prices to go to these important trade locations. Now these were my expected and unexpected behavior. Obviously the expected behavior is this, and I will develop a strategy based on expected behavior. Why do I track unexpected behavior? If it does not work out, if the expected behavior does not work out, then I have to be prepared with an alternate scenario. All right, and that is why I need the other side of that market behavior, that is unexpected behavior. So I am prepared with that. I am prepared with unexpected scenarios as well. Let us move on. Now the strategy I selected. If I look at this market, what I know, I'm talking about this day. So on this day we were bang in the middle of this range, and I was thinking about an appropriate strategy. I had my expected behaviors marked. Now with this particular background, let us see what strategy I selected. I decided to go with bearish and bullish ratio spreads, because I thought that since we are in a range and it is likely to be maintained, even if we go to an extreme, obviously it is not going to break through that unless there is a big news, and the package was just recently announced. I thought there is a high probability that we will maintain the range. So I will establish a bearish ratio spread and a bullish ratio spread, try to strangle the market in between. Now I had to think about the strength and weakness of this particular strategy. So let's do a SWOT analysis. The strength of this strategy was, it gives me a very wide profit range, almost 1200 plus points. So in any scenario, 1200 plus points is a big range. Markets are not easily going to break it, especially given the weekly expiries. It's not possible unless there is a very big news that comes out. Okay, the weakness was obviously that the max profit in this strategy, as you will see soon, happens at the extremes of the range, not in the middle. In the middle, I had some minimum profit, but if it went to extremes, I was going to make more profit. Opportunity was it suits perfectly to the current sideways scenario. Based on that analysis only, I selected this strategy. But there is a threat, and the threat is that this strategy does have unlimited loss possibility. So if the market like gaps up and just hits a circuit, or just continues to move 300-400 points each day for a couple of days, yeah, I am going to be in trouble. So I need to understand that not only I have to do some market analysis, I have to also analyze the strategy I am going to use and what are its strengths and weaknesses. So let's take a look at the strategy. So this is actual values from the 15th of, or the day I just showed you on chart where I wanted to establish a trade. I had these values. So what I selected was 9,500 calls, 9,300 calls to establish a ratio spread. I bought one 9,300 call, or I did not execute the trade. I just wanted to tell you, I would have sold 3 9,500 calls. So what that would give me, that 9,500 will be my maximum profit, 9,300 will be my minimum profit. Now there is some break even around 9,640 something, like above that obviously I'm going to lose money. On the lower side, I bought 8,700 put and I sold 3 puts against that of 8,500, or I would have. Maximum profit at 8,500 put, minimum profit at 8,700 put. Now both minimum profits of the bearish ratio spread and bullish ratio spreads were combined to give me this minimum profit, and that was around 3,500 rupees. What was the total margin for that? Around 4 lakh rupees. That's based on this software's calculation. I'm not really sure whether this margin number is correct, but if this is correct, then I am getting somewhere around 1% return in 7 days, mind you. But if I go and hit any of these extreme strikes, I tend to make a lot of profit, and that maximum profit number is somewhere around 18,000. So in that case, it becomes almost 4 to 5% of profit. So if it happens, that's a jackpot for me. If it stays in the middle, I still end up making a respectable return of 1% for 7 days of work. Not bad. All right. Now, this is how usually option strategy is displayed. Let us look at how it looks on a market profile chart. It looks like this. I have managed to mark all these strikes and just drawn illustration for you. Like, this is how I visualize my option strategies. I'm talking about this day. Now I know that this is my upper extreme beyond which I'm going to face losses. This is my lower extreme. You look at that and that is a huge below 8,400 and above 9,600. So that is more than 1,200 points of range. Now I believe that based on the current sideways scenario, it was likely to stay within that 1,200 point range, and that made this strategy very, very safe relatively. Obviously there is a unlimited loss possibility above this level and below this level, but if it came to any of these strikes, then I would have made a lot of money based on whatever margin money I was investing. Whenever you are selecting such strategies, you need to visualize it in this way, so that based on your current market analysis, you know what are the references that you need to pay special attention to. So why I was worried about acceptance in this zone, because that would mean a breakout and that will take the market in the unlimited loss zone for me. Same for this zone. If I accept here and break down, again it goes into unlimited loss territory. But if this expected behavior happens, then I am safe. That is why I selected this strategy. Now this strategy I could have implemented on this day or on the next day, that is on Monday when the market fell sharply, or I don't know whether this was Friday. No, this is Monday. So Monday when the market fell sharply, I could have established this and I would have pushed the whole strategy a little lower. Instead of selecting 500 and 300, I could have selected 200 and 400, and the puts I could have pushed even lower, 400 and 200, something like that, and still maintain that wide range. But you need to understand that you won't be making like big money on that. The amount of capital is deployed to establish these trades, and also the money management rules that I suggest, it's not going to be big profits, but it will be consistent profits. And you don't have to be very anxious that okay, you bought a call, market is not going up, you bought a put and market is not going down. Sometimes when the volatility collapses, even if the market goes in your favor, you don't make money on long option positions. That is when these spreads can help. You could have established a simple credit spread that would have looked like this. Like if this is the break-even line, then it would have looked like this, and a bullish spread would have looked like this. So you could have established a simple bearish credit spread and bullish credit spread, and this would be your profit zone. So that also would have given you some, maybe not a 1200 point range, but maybe 1000 point range to play with. So you need to understand what kind of strategy you are selecting and why, what are the strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats of those strategies, and how it corresponds to your analysis of the markets. That is how you select a good option strategy and implement it in the market. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, leave your suggestions in the comments below. Want to learn more? Consider subscribing to my membership. Links in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.